Welcome back. Well, one local author is proving to the world that it is never too late to accomplish your dreams. So Jerome Saintjones, his book, The Chinaberry Tree, which I have right here, it took a few decades to write, but now it's up for all kinds of awards. So I want to first just welcome you onto the show and say a big congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
Of course. So tell the folks who are watching at home what the book is about.
The Chinaberry Tree starts off with Arnold Giovanni, who's the main, I guess you could call him protagonist, and he's a white professor at a historically black college in the American South. And so we learn about him and his love for black culture, along with a lot of his faults as well. So we go through about 24 different stories or tales. If you think about Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, there are 24 different characters here. And so we go through the tales that he has gathered while at this historically black college, and we learn about his good ways and his bad ways. So it goes throughout. So you have a lot of universal themes and love, sex, prejudice, responsibility, intentionality. So.
Well, what inspired you to write this book? Because I know you've been working in higher education for some time, but what inspired you to say, I'm going to do something different and write a book?
Okay, it goes maybe 30 to 35 years ago when I first started getting into the work of James Baldwin, particularly when I was a student at Tuskegee University. And I majored in English and I always wanted to do something to pretty much add to Tuskegee's literary tradition with Ralph Ellison, Claude McKay, Iceberg Slim, and Albert Murray. So I just want to be part of that tradition to also make my professors proud. But it's been a long time coming, though.
I mean, you keep saying it's been a long time coming, but what were some things that were stopping you from this?
Well, I guess the whole part, I worked in public relations at Tuskegee University. A lot of those institutions are under-resourced institutions, and I worked in something like public relations, and oftentimes it meant doing several jobs at once.
Oh, I can see
and
that.
if you love the HBCU, you want it to succeed, you put too much into it sometimes. And I also worked at Alabama A&M, recently retired. I worked there for about 32 years. And so I also, wore a lot of hats there, including director of public relations, as well as the university photographer, wrote over 1,000 resolutions, all kinds of things. And so that took a lot of time because you were almost like 24 hours on call, all the time. So it just took a lot of time, and it kind of delayed my ultimate goal.
But you still achieved it.
Still achieved it.
It took 30 years, but you did
it. Took 30 years and retirement. Right.
So what advice would you give to others who are working their job and they want to do what you're doing?
I would say never give up on your own dreams. You might want to help institutions and people, but never give up on your own dream, your own goal, because you'll never rest. You never feel at peace until you accomplish, taking care of your own dream.
I love it. And where can people go and purchase the book?
They can go through Amazon.com, almost any bookstore in town, and order it if they want to, but I think they'll love it. It's something for everybody.
I love that. Well, we are so short on time right now. They're telling me to wrap it in the interview because I wanted him to read an excerpt of the book. But really quickly, I do want to get this part in because you were just nominated as a finalist for one of the fiction awards. What does that mean to you?
It means a whole lot to be, because sometimes even though you've poured your heart into something, a little credentials doesn't hurt. So I'm glad to receive that, a finalist for the American Fiction Award.
And they're going to hate me for this, my producers, because they're really short on time. But if you could just read a couple of sentences really quick.
Okay, I will. And take my glasses off. My brain relieves itself of my skull, pulling away from its new grange, then transforming into a pulsating continent of Africa, and slowly, so slowly spinning toward the apex of some cold, dismal ceiling in 19th century Germany. In the room below it are 14 mainly European men, 7 with shining silver sabers, severing a pure Ethiopian princess into 7 parts.
So you just have to buy the book to find out what happens next. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on again, and congratulations to you and all of your future endeavors.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Retirement's treating you nice.
Well, thanks very much.
We'll be right back.